All right, peace, family. This is Brandon B. Dixon. You're tuned into the Power of Ownership podcast. Um, we're going over the 48 laws of power. This is part 7. Uh, and let me introduce myself. If you catch this video by itself somewhere, shared. My name is Brandon B. Dixon. I'm a serial entrepreneur, mortgage broker, published author, community activist, and a 32nd degree Scottish Rite Mason. This podcast, we go over ownership of businesses, properties, intellectual property, so on and so forth. Also, we go over the ownership of the mind, body, and soul. I got my guest host, Stephen Contreras. He's on audio only. He's having issues with his camera. Let him go ahead and introduce himself, and we're going to get cracking.
Hey guys, Stephen Contreras here, geologist in Houston, Texas. 32nd degree Scottish Rite Mason, Renaissance man, trying to help the community activist. Just happy to be here. Thank you.
All right. And before we get started, I want to go ahead and plug my book again, Sales the Nucleus of Any Profession, available now on Amazon and Barnes and Nobles. Go ahead and pick a copy of that up. If you want to learn how to sell and market, that's like the best way to get going in sales and marketing. It gives you a 7-step process on a sales and marketing blast, so you could actually make yourself some money. Again, I made a guarantee on my blog today. If you read this book and you implement it doesn't make you money, DM me, I'll give you your money back. You know, for either I give you your money back or give you a free consultation. You know, so one or the other. So this is guaranteed to work for you if you implement it right, period. But let's jump into 48 Laws of Power. This is a book by Robert Greene. It's one of my favorite books. This is like the basics, one of the basic steps if you want to own a business or own a rental portfolio, or just in life in general, want to deal with people and become successful in this particular game that we're in called capitalism. We left off with, 16?
Yeah, 16. We're on 17 right now.
All right, so let's go over 17 real quick. Law number 17, keep others in suspended terror, cultivated air of unpredictability. And what I like to do is I like to talk about when I first heard this about 17 years ago, when I first read the book, and then how I morphed and, to enlightenment into now, and how the laws have changed. My perspective of the laws have changed since then. What I used to think, and it says that in the actual breakdown of it, keep others in suspended terror, cultivate air unpredictability. I used to try to switch up my routine like every day. And it says in the bylaws that too much unpredictability will make you seem indecisive. So, and I had to learn that the hard way. I was, purposely switch up a pattern on purpose on people just to follow that law, because I was trying to practice that particular law. And so I really didn't understand it 17 years ago. What it means now is never dominate a conversation. It all adds up to the laws before. If you hadn't checked out the breakdown of laws before, check out the video before. But if you seem too common, you're going over your life over and over and over, your stories become predictable. This is a piggyback to that law. Like, the less you say, the more you use your working tools into finding out what other people are doing instead of what you're doing. You, in turn, become unpredictable because people don't really know you. You want to still remain mysterious, as possible. You don't want to have people, especially employees, if you're the boss, you don't want them all in your personal life. You want to be all in their personal life. Again, they want to know nothing about you. They want to know they should know nothing about you. You should know everything about them. Even when you're selling something, same thing. So it makes it hard for them to predict you at that point.
Yeah, I agree. I like this law a lot. It's that unpredictability, that kind of like Renaissance man type of vibrations you're sending out. Is he a scientist? Is he an artist? Like, you always want to keep them guessing. Like, it's always better to keep them, like it says, in suspense. I really like this one a lot.
Right. again, yeah, you never want to be, um, even with a song, even like with music, if the song is predictable, you know the lyric is coming, you know what it's gonna sound like, you know the breakdown is gonna be there. It's not as satisfying as something that's new and you know entertaining, but it still sounds good. So if you're predictable, even in music, the rhythm, you know, it's not as entertaining as something that's totally different.
Yeah, and it's sometimes good to be like spontaneous. Like everyone has their routines that they do. Sometimes break your routines and try something different. Always switch it up like a curveball.
Right, right. You always want to keep them in suspense. But I kind of morphed that particular law a lot. Let's go. I'm not gonna keep too much on it because that law. I used to try it, and I hated that law because it wasn't really effective for me until I really learned how to use it later on in life. Um, let's go to law number 18. Do not build a fortress to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. I sucked at that law. And just until recently, I became better at it. I always will isolate myself because, I always felt that I was the smartest person in the room. So I felt that most people, except my inner circle, wouldn't understand me. So I would keep stuff transactional amongst everybody else, just strictly business. I thought that's what people will respect strictly business, but they don't. People, for some reason, everything has to be personal with people. So if you keep it strictly business, you're going to lose. It's just what it is. People want to do business with people they like, and if they don't like you, if then they're not going to do business with them. If you make their skin crawl, they're not gonna do business with you. They might not tell you in your face, but they're gonna spend their money somewhere else. So everything has to be personable. How it morphed, how it is today. Um, I understand this law fully now. Now I'm pretty good at it. You can't be on an island by yourself. You can't be a king with no kingdom. So you have
Yeah,
a group of followers that you keep. They know a little personable about you, but you still keep it business. The inner workings, you still keep that isolated. So you have to, there's levels. Am I making sense?
yeah, you're making sense. The historical reference they use is King Louis, right? He built the
Right.
Palace of Versailles to have all his nobility and all the people who would conspire against him always real close by, so he always knew what was going around. So I like this one a lot. I used to struggle with it because even a few years ago, I'd put myself in isolation. Like I'd rather be by myself with my thoughts. But now I've learned like it's better just to actually go out there and just suck it up. Like if people don't like you or if people are trying to do harm to you, just like pretend it doesn't bother you. Or if it doesn't bother you, then that's great. And you can't not know what's going on because that's when bad things can happen. You can lose your kingdom, like they say.
Right. I mean, like I said, isolation, like I said, is dangerous because we're here. One of the covenants that we're here to be communal beings. And you can't get rich by yourself. And you can't, even though don't get me wrong, I enjoy my own company. Reading the book. I enjoy writing. I enjoy stuff by myself. But you got to have that balance. Life is about balance.
Yep.
So you can't isolate yourself totally, live off the grid, and be happy. If that was the case, each person will have their own island, and
Yep.
we're we're put on this earth to be communal beings. That's
Yep.
how we communicate. We go over. We love when other people love. We hate when other people hate. We share those emotional bonds, and we share the same taste buds where certain things taste similar to. So that's the everything we share. We see the same colors. We bleed the same blood. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I like it a lot. You put it in a good perspective because, yeah, if everyone could have their own island, I mean, they would, right? And
Right.
And I mean, honestly, like this one, I have struggled with a little bit, especially lately. But I think I finally figured out what I needed to do, and it really does help just to be able to just go out and be with the people. You know, even if they're laughing behind your back, I mean, you always know what they're doing. So.
Right. So don't isolate yourself, especially in business. You cannot. I made this mistake in my video store. When I had my video stores, I fired everybody and tried to work it myself, and I was killing myself. Working 18, 19 hours a day, trying to sleep 2 or 3 hours. Work out for another hour, and then go back to working and stuff like that. I was damn near dead. Damn near had a stroke. So you can't get rich. You can't do it all by yourself. It's impossible. You're gonna have to start off, let yourself be the number one advocate and the number one worker for your own dream, but you have to get the job done through other people.
Yeah, and that's one of the previous laws. If you guys go watch our video about it.
Right. So becoming a king and with no subjects that's not gonna happen. So again, we're not gonna keep you too long. We're gonna keep these pretty short. Tune in. We got part 8 coming soon. Excuse me. So that'll be coming out in a few minutes here. Again, go buy my book, Sales, the Nucleus of Any Profession. Available on Amazon. The merch is available right now. Go to my Instagram at Billionaire Loan Officer. Click on the bio, link on the bio, in the bio. Click on buy merch. It's available. The God is a verb t-shirt available for I think 16 more days. Get your order in right now before it goes away. All right.
Yep.
Anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
Just you can find me at Steven Contreras 90 on Instagram, and then Steven Contreras on Facebook. Love you guys. Click the subscribe button. Click the like
Right.
button. Share the videos.
That's what we need. More subscribers. Click the like button. So we're trying to get to 1,000 real quick to monetize the station. So click the like button, click the subscribe button, tell a friend to tell a friend, so on and so forth. But anyway, we're gonna get out of here. Don't forget that God is a verb. Personal responsibility is your only savior. That I'm gonna say peace.
Yeah, peace, guys.